Joel, I wish Joel could be here tonight. Joel was a wonderful, wonderful man. He was the closest thing to a Renaissance man that I've ever met in my life. Joel seemingly could do anything, could fix anything, could figure anything out. Joel would show up at the meetings with reams and reams of paper, spreadsheets. One in particular I remember was he had a list of every college and university in New England and New York State that had a baseball program, and he listed the coach, the assistant coaches, the athletic directors, the phone numbers. It was just amazing. We all left the board meetings with about 10 pounds of paper.
Joel is a person that I have extreme high respect for. He was one of the individuals that I got to know fairly well at the beginning, an individual that I would not have gotten to know if it wasn't for my involvement in the NECBL. He was a tremendous individual, and one of the funny things about Joel, and I used to kid him about this all the time, is that when we went to a league meeting, we could always plan on Joel having about 10 inches of paper to hand out to each team. He was a great organizer, and back in those days, everything was done hard copy, so to speak. So we could always look forward to many handouts at a league meeting.
The first meeting we had at the ESPN, the boardroom, first NECBL meeting of the month, I noticed a fellow sitting by the Middletown general manager, Buzzy Levine, and he was very quiet, but taking notes and just doing everything to really be involved in the conversation without actually speaking. And then he came up to me after and said, you know, I really love the game of baseball, and I think this is going to be a fantastic league. And the next thing you know, Joel was no longer helping out Middletown. He was our treasurer and our secretary, and through the years became president, commissioner. He's the fellow who came for dinner but never left. And if you talk about someone whose contributions really had to do with the development of the NECBL, Joel Cooney embodied everything that this league stands for. A tireless worker, a man who gave up many things in his life to our league, and was loved by all, loved by everybody in this league. There wasn't a person in this league who didn't have something good to say about Joel, even as he rose in the league and became president and commissioner. He had a lot of tough decisions to make, and he had a great way of bringing everybody together. Joel was a man for all seasons, particularly baseball. The baseball season was his season.
Joel unfortunately passed away last November, and I know Joe and Constantino and myself did go up, and we were lucky enough to present him his plaque at that time before his passing at his retirement dinner, and he was overwhelmed. He was really, really touched by being inducted into the NECBL Hall of Fame.